Hi. I have an opinion that could seem a bit odd, but it is how I feel, and I do think that it's worth expressing. There's some different ocean themed superheroes, and the discussion could seem like, oh, who's better, Aquaman or Namor? However, I think it should be more between Aquaman and Mermaid Man. Mermaid Man from SpongeBob SquarePants. And in my opinion, Mermaid Man is the best ocean themed superhero. Mermaid Man is better than Aquaman. And that is my personal opinion. And if you feel differently, I think that's perfectly okay. And for a long time, I did think that Aquaman was better than Mermaid Man. And that would seem to be what would make sense with Mermaid Man being a big parody of Aquaman. It could seem like, oh, well, Aquaman's the great superhero, and Mermaid Man, a fun little parody, but wouldn't even be competition for Aquaman. But the thing is, after really thinking about it, I feel like Mermaid Man is a better character than Aquaman. And when I say better, um, I can understand Aquaman could seem better at doing actual hero work, more powerful, all that stuff. But that's not what I think Mermaid Man is better. I don't think that's where the real competition comes from. I'm talking about as a character. I think Mermaid Man has a more interesting personality, is a more humorous, consistently entertaining character. Uh, Aquaman has his amusing moments. There's some fun stuff in Super Friends. He's pretty fun. In Aquaman's pretty fun in Batman: The Brave and the Bold. I really like Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I think that the two Aquaman films they starred in are good. Uh, so there's a fair amount of fun Aquaman stuff. But do any of the Aquaman adaptations compare to the SpongeBob episode starring Mermaid Man? In my opinion, no. SpongeBob SquarePants is a show that I really like. I even like a lot of later season episodes. And there are episodes that aren't the best, but something that remained very consistent is that episodes focusing on Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy were always good. There wasn't a single bad one, in my opinion. And I feel like most, if not all of them, are among my favorite episodes of SpongeBob. A lot of them really stand out, and SpongeBob has lots of episodes. I think it has hundreds of episodes. And when there's that many episodes, it's very easy for some episodes to be forgotten and not stand out amongst the big crowd. But after so many years, episodes that continue to stand out, that continue to still have a memorable impact in my brain that I keep thinking about, are the superhero themed episodes of SpongeBob, the Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episodes. And I feel like Mermaid Man just has such a memorable presence, is such a fun character. I feel like he really works as a character, and I think he's legitimately likable. I feel like he's well intentioned, he's sympathetic, he's hilarious, and he has lots of entertaining moments. So I feel like even though there's a lot more Aquaman stuff out there than Mermaid Man stuff, I feel like Mermaid Man has been the more consistently good character, and I feel like despite seeing lots of stuff with Aquaman, and even though I do like a lot of stuff that's Aquaman, I don't think anything that has Aquaman that I've seen has topped the best Mermaid Man episodes of SpongeBob. And I'm going to make it clear, I have long thought that Aquaman has been an underrated character. And I was a fan of Aquaman even before the Jason Momoa stuff. I I thought that Aquaman was one of the better DC superheroes aside from Batman and Superman. And I think currently Aquaman is in my top 10 of DC superheroes. Um, I think there was a time where he was in my top 5. I don't think he's there anymore, but I do think he's in my top 10. But I don't think he's quite as good of a character as Mermaid Man.